What's going on, guys? Phil here. Haven't done a streamer video in a long ass time, but that's alright. M20, which is the new core set for Magic the Gathering, came out yesterday, and there were a lot of server issues, so instead of playing for the majority of yesterday, I instead decided to watch Ellie Eldrazi's stream. If you don't know who Ellie Eldrazi is, he's like a really famous professional Magic player. I'm pretty sure he's in the Magic Hall of Fame. He's big time tournament guy. He's really good at the game. You'll see his lists all over the internet if you net deck anything, and he was the first person that I watched to try to get some ideas for M20, and he had a mono black deck, which is one of my favorite archetypes actually. I think that Chromatic Black is really cool, simply because there's not a lot of mono decks that aren't mono red, or like mono white aggro, and so seeing something that's a little bit more in the control combo fashion rather than a straight up aggro deck in monocolor is really interesting to me. As well as that, you have Chromatic Lantern, which allows all of your lands to then, mono anything. I don't know what the word quite for that is, but you know what I'm trying to say. You can make your lands do any color, which opens up some possibilities in the sideboard with a lot of really weird cards that you normally wouldn't, have any feasible way to play. And it really means that your game can go in a lot of different paths depending on how it's going, depending on what you're up against. I have not tried this in a best of 3 format. I've just been playing it in best of 1s, but the deck is surprisingly potent. Like, Mono Black last expansion I tried playing, it was the first deck I actually ever played when I played Magic the Gathering. It wasn't bad, but it definitely was not as strong. In M20, we've been given Dread Presence, 4 mana, 3/3, whenever a swamp enters the battlefield under your control, choose one, draw a card, and lose 1 life, or Dread Presence deals 2 damage and you gain 2 life. Now, it turns out that dealing with stuff while also healing is incredible against aggro decks, especially now with Leyline of Sanctity being in standard. Mono Red has started to transition from a burn deck into a lot more creature focused, which, there's still burn spells going around, of course there's Mono Red, but with such a heavy reliance on creatures now because of that, the deal 2 heal 2 really helps stamp out the aggro decks. Along with that, that also opens up a very common play pattern of getting a Dread Presence to stick, and then, through Cabal Stronghold and Chromatic Lantern shenanigans and Mastermind's Acquisition and stuff, you can Mastermind Acquisition, you can get Scapeshift, sacrifice any number of lands, search your library for up to that many land cards, put them on the battlefield, and then shuffle your library. What that does is you can basically sacrifice every land you have in play at the, currently, and replace them all with mono swamps. And as long as you have a Dread Presence, for every swamp that you then replay onto the battlefield, you'll get to choose one, so you get to deal 2, heal 2, and that's like the most common play pattern, I'd say, just to go for a win. It comes up decently often. The problem is that you need a lot of mana to have something like that go off, or you need to have multiple Dread Presences stick, which, you're playing Chromatic Black. If your opponent has any idea what's going on, they're going to be killing your Dread Presence, because this card is absolutely bonkers. But that's a pretty common play pattern. Another play pattern which is really cool that I find comes up a lot, which really helps the early game of this deck, is let's say you go turn 1 swamp, turn 2 swamp into treasure map. Then on your following turn, as long as you have a land and a Chromatic Lantern, what you do is you play your 3rd land, play your Chromatic Lantern for 3, then you can actually start tapping your treasure map with the Chromatic Lantern, which really smooths out your curve a lot, because the problem with this style of deck is, since Scapeshift is part of our major focus for how to win, you have to run a ton of lands. Like, typically a deck will run 24 to 27 lands, I think it is. We only run 22, but we also run 4 treasure maps. That gives us 4 treasure coves eventually, as well as the extra mana from the treasures. We run 4 Chromatic Lanterns, so we have a lot of ways to gain mana, and you have to run... It's kind of weird to see a deck that runs only those basic lands, but then actually uses a lot of other tools to get mana generation through Cabal Strongholds and the Chromatic Lanterns and stuff like that, instead of just using your land card. And that's really interesting to me. So yeah, went on a little bit a little bit long about that. I hope that you got the general play pattern. But this deck changes basically every match. There's a lot you can do, and we're just gonna get into some games from the new set. If you're interested in that, we have Disfigure, basically a better cast down, or not cast down, Moment of Craving. We have the Dread Presences, absolutely insane. We got some Goloses. Golos is really good in Chromatic because in combination with the Lantern and Cabal Stronghold, you gain a ton of mana and are able to go off with, getting free Ugins or getting free Masterminds acquisitions to pick up whatever you need. So yeah, we're just gonna jam some games and see how it goes. We've gone from Bronze 1 to Gold 3 so far. The deck seems incredibly powerful, and it's really interesting, so thought that, throwing together a video for it, and trying to get back into streaming, kind of goes hand in hand, so we'll see how this goes. Final credits before we get into the first match. This is an entirely Ali Eldrazi list. I believe on his most recent stream there's, the VOD, and there's also links to his stream decker, which will have the list. Especially if he's updated it at all. I'm not sure if it's been updated since I last watched and, stole his list. Alright, so this hand is okay. We have a decent amount of land. We get a Cabal Stronghold early, which I like getting. We have early removal. Working up to Ugin's pretty good. The only issue is we don't have map or Chromatic Lantern. So it's kind of a risky keep, but I'm gonna stick with it. Luckily, we are getting, our basic lands out, which is going to be really good with the Dread Presence, because we can always draw with the Dread Presence as well. Typically, I would say that you go for the deal 2, heal 2 in a lot of circumstances, but there is this effect where you draw a card and lose 1 life, which, comes into play a decent amount of the time, I guess. I didn't realize this guy was an artifact. Whenever a creature for untap check for it. Okay. I've never seen that card. It does not seem particularly scary though, so not too worried about Kiora. That's pretty cool. Alrighty. So I'm just gonna drop this down and we'll get a Master or a Dread Presence down. It should be fairly difficult for blue black green. I don't know. That's a very specific archetype. I'm not sure what that is, color wheel named, but it should be fairly difficult for them to deal with this. They're not, well, that helps, I guess. I was gonna say they don't really have burn. Something like red would have burn, or black could have like Vraska's Contempt and stuff, but I guess Hostage Taker does the job pretty well. Okay, so I actually misplayed here. I could have casted down this, get this back into play, and then played this to the swamp to then generate a either card or deal 2. But it's fine. We're just going to play out Golos here anyway. So we'll play out Golos, take action. We're going to grab a swamp. It's typically important, as long as you have 1 Cabal Stronghold, you want to get mostly swamps. At least in the early part of the game, because then you're able to get the most out of your actual Cabal Stronghold. Once you're in the later game and you have like, 10 swamps out, then getting multiple Cabals is really good, but we definitely are just looking for the basic mana right now. That's not going to do anything. Okay. That's not particularly scary. Taking 4 is not a big deal. Now, this might be a game where we have to use a Mastermind to get Elderspell, just because we don't want this ulting, or this ulting. But we have, a turn or 2 until that. So I'm going to play this how I should have played it already. Tap this for 5, cast down the Hostage Shaker to get our Dread Presence back. Then play a Swamp, because then I get to go off with the effect. I'm going to choose to deal 2 and start killing off this Kiora. Then I'm going to use all my mana and play Ugin. And I think I'm going to destroy Kefnet. Yeah. I destroy Kefnet. He can reshuffle it, which is slightly annoying, but I would say out of the God Eternals that see play, Kefnet is not particularly potent. I'm then going to set this down to 1. Because now, if I draw a swamp and play it, I can ping it off and kill the Kiora. The only issue with this is I still need to find a way to deal damage to the Vraska so that it can't ult. But, you know, that's like 2 turns away, so we should be able to find an answer to that. Especially considering we just removed his, like, highest value minion. And then because we played Ugin, we were able to play Treasure Map for free, which is kind of cool. You have a decent amount of colorless spells that actually benefit from the colorless spells you cast cost 2 less. Oh, he just killed off his Kiora. Cool. You have Golos, Treasure Maps, Chromatic Lanterns, Karn. I think it might be worth considering trying to get Karn the Great Creator in here as well, and then fitting your sideboard in with a couple more artifacts or enchantments. But I have not tested anything. I've just played the list as is. So I really do want this Dread Presence, but we don't have a swamp to activate it, so I don't think that we can realistically, you know, afford to take that. Cry the Carnarium, okay. Let's start with this. So I can tap this for 6. I can then Mastermind's Acquisition. If I want to Masterminds, there's nothing really in my sideboard I'm looking for at the moment, so I could choose something from my deck. If I'm choosing a card from my deck, I'm probably looking at maybe a Vraska's Contempt. We could get rid of the Hydra Crisis and then almost kill the Vraska. I think I like that. So yeah, search for a card in my deck. We could also get Lantern, just because we need Lantern, but I think we're going to choose Vraska's Contempt. Exile this Crisis, and then send 6 into the Vraska, because we don't want this thing ulting. So we could put on more pressure by actually hitting him for 6, which, you know, could be correct, but I do think that the Vraska ult is scary enough where we have to kill that. Okay, neither of these cards in our hand actually matter at all, so that's fine. Yep, saw that coming. He's doesn't have any land, so I think we definitely made the right choice. Ooh. Karn isn't exactly what we want, but I'm going to take it. Just because it draws us cards, and also only costs 2, which is pretty cool. So, we'll draw a card. What do we get? We get a Dread Presence or a Treasure Map? I'm actually quite okay with either of these. Both of these are fairly strong for us. I expected to get the Treasure Map, but now we get to get an extra scry in, because this is free. I don't need another Treasure Map, that's alright. Then we'll Ugin. Ritual of Soot does not matter particularly. Now we'll go 2, 3, and start hitting him in the face. But we finally removed everything that was scary about his board. Next turn we get 2 scries, and he's kind of land screwed, so that helped. I don't think there's any way we can lose this match from here. He needs something like really crazy, but he just fell so far behind. Okay, well he found a land. Kefnet. Why did he shock land himself? He left open a green. Did he need the blue to cast Kefnet? Blue, he did, that's why. How did he get Kefnet out earlier then? That's okay, it's not worth thinking about. We don't want Ritual. Now that just transforms. We do want Lantern. So I will keep Lantern on the top. Then we go main. We play Lantern for 1. Then we don't want to do this actually. I screwed that up. We shouldn't have done that. Normally you can click Z to like back out of decisions. But for some reason with Cabal Stronghold, once you tap out, you can't. So what I was going to do was use the Golos activation. It would require all 3 of our treasures, now that I misclicked. But it might just be worth it still. Can we even... Yeah, we can do it. That's fine. We have another map that procs next turn, so we're going to get more treasures anyways. So I think that getting the immediate value is fine. This is pretty good. So we get to go Swamp, deal 2, heal 2, resolve it. Then we get a free Vraskas on this Kefnet again. And we'll see whether he decides to throw it back in. Doesn't particularly matter. What's in our exile? A Dread Presence. So actually, I think if I would have played this better, I could have taken the Dread Presence with a silver counter for my exile, put it in my hand, played that, then played that free swamp, dealt extra damage, and then actually had lethal. I don't believe I had lethal there. I had 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and I think he was at 11. So we did have lethal there, outside of the fact that he conceded, but we missed it. So it's important to pick up on those mistakes, because, like, we were in a very unlosable situation there, but it's still good to try to get those edges, just so that, you know, you get more experience playing the edges. Double Soot is not normally what I'm looking for, but I'm going to keep it just because we have a decent amount of lands into a Dread Presence. I think that you're looking for maps, you're looking for Chromatic Lantern, and you're looking for Dread Presence in your opening hand, essentially. And if you have multiple of those, whew, doing good, dog. On the optimal number of limbs. I love flavor text. Alright, so Drowned Catacombs. That's fine. We found a Karn too. So we get to go turn 4, then Swamp turn 5. Oh, and we picked up a map to go to like fill in this random turn where we weren't doing anything. So that feels really good because now we get an extra scry in. We do not want a third Soot. This was the perfect time to get that scry. Alright, so next turn we get to choose between Dread Presence or Karn. I'm thinking that we probably Karn. What in the hell? Okay. That was not what I was expecting. Yeah, I think we definitely go Karn. So we're getting something hella weird, because he's playing Muldrotha. I've never seen Muldrotha in any real deck. It's most likely some sort of elemental deck, because Muldrotha is an elemental, and elementals were kind of pushed in this expansion. Oh, Assassin's Trophy. Annoying. But I get a free land out of this. So he's ramping me and slowing himself down, so that's pretty good. And we get to get this extra scry because of the land. Oh my god, and we picked up another Karn? Oh, dude, this went about as poorly as it possibly could for you. Alright. So we want to play this, because we want to get Ugin. So because of being ramped up by him, we were able to change our line of play to get this Ugin for free. Or, you know, basically for free. And that'll make our Karn cost 2 for next turn. Dang, that Assassin's Trophy really kind of ruined him. Let's treasure map. I don't really want to cast down. Because this is, like, I can just kill it with Ugin. Okay, you can see it. We're running into people that don't know how to draw land, guys. Magic's easy when you're against someone with no land. Ooh, reward. Cool. Card I've never seen. Woo! Yeah, this deck's pretty cool though. We haven't seen the like perfect play pattern. I think honestly, if you curve land, treasure map, Chromatic Lantern into scry, into like Dread Presence into scry and stuff like that, I don't think there's a way you lose. Alright, so this is fine versus aggro. We have 2 good anti-aggro tools. We have a Cabal and a Chromatic Lantern for the control matchup. Bag of Holding. Interesting. We picked up a map, so we get to see the map Chromatic Lantern line of play, which is really fun. Turn all cards exiled. That's a really weird card. I haven't seen that before. Whenever you discard a card, exile that card from your graveyard. Draw a card, discard. Return all cards exiled with Bag of Holding to their owner's hand. Interesting. So I assume he's going to draw a card and then discard a card with his 2 mana. He's working on it. There we go. Alright, so now whatever he discards gets exiled, and then eventually he can get it back. A lava coil. Okay. But if I get enchantment removal, or artifact removal, then he loses all the cards under this, I presume. Nice turn. Alright. Come on. Wow. This was not what I was expecting at all. This seems very aggressive. And by aggressive, I mean, like, really incorrect. I don't think this is worthwhile. But that's fine. So I semi-misplayed there. For some reason I thought that, wait, what just happened? What the hell? Okay, I don't know what I did, but it's not a big deal. Nothing happened that actually impacts the match at all. So this is fine. I obviously missequenced something, because I think I could have gotten this out a turn earlier if I hadn't, like, used the mana for that scry. But I thought that since I guess he did this on my turn, instead of on his turn, and so when I tapped to scry, it was on my turn, not on his turn, because I assumed it was his turn and it would go back to me. That's what happened there. That was real fucking weird. Okay, so he has a Basilica Bellhaunt that he can't even cast yet. Still can't cast it, he doesn't have 2 white. Karn. Okay, so what do we want to give him? Oh, shit. He's farther, well, actually he's close, he's the same amount from either. I think we give him Liliana, because I don't want him to have Ugin. The problem is, if I can't kill this, then he gets Ugin anyway next turn. Which is what's looking like what's going to happen. Okay, so go Swamp, Golos. We want another Swamp. And then there's no reason to do anything. So then, as long as he doesn't have an answer to this turn, we're in a pretty good spot, because then next turn we can go off with his ability. The problem is, does he have an answer to Golos? I'd presume that his Karn is going to yeah, he's definitely going to take that Ugin. That's definitely correct. But he hasn't played a land, so maybe he missed a land draw. Vraska's Contempt on Golos. Maybe he's just reading Golos, it is new. Yeah, I think he's just reading it. Mortify. Unfortunate. Luckily he did miss that land draw, otherwise we'd be in a much worse scenario. We don't want to swamp. We need to get something going though, because he has Karn to get value, and then he's working towards double Planeswalker. So we're looking to pick up like Elderspell, Mastermind's Inquisition, another Golos, Acquisition, not Inquisition. Yeah, you can have a... Oh, I don't want to give you a land, actually. Exile target permanent with converted mana cost 4 or more. That will kill another Golos, but it doesn't kill anything now. So you can have Despark. I'm not going to give him the land to work up to his Planeswalkers. He has to get there by himself. Wait, was he holding this mountain? Why was he holding a mountain? Wow, okay, so yeah, we're definitely going to need to pick up, he went with that? Okay, well we get to kill that for free. We need to pick up Elderspell, like, soon. Sooner rather than later. Hit this treasure map. Karn. I'll take Karn. Yeah. So I get... Oh my god. Both of those are incredible for me. Those are the 2 cards that we needed, and we get 1 this turn, and then as long as our Karn lives, we get to minus and get the other one. We have to put a stop on our turn for this treasure map also. He gave me acquisition. That makes sense. So he's probably going to play a land, play one of these. Maybe he... Oh, he can't Ugin and destroy the Karn because it doesn't have a color. Okay. Yeah, you can have a Ritual of Soot. That does not affect me in any way. I play no minions under that, under 3 mana cost. Yep, saw that coming. So now he's gonna kill my Karn, I would presume. Which means I do lose my Elderspell, which is unfortunate. Yep. Wait, what? That does not seem right. Also, he could have just desparked my Karn. Oh, Oath of Kaya, okay. What? Why is my Karn alive, dude? Oh my god, what in the fuck was that? That was awful. In what world was this the right play, dude? Yeah, I'll take Ugin. Thank you. What the fuck just happened? Why would you do any of this? Okay, we need to get that Elderspell. Then I think we tap here. We play Ugin for 6. Does he have like a shock that he's holding so he can shock my Karn? I don't really understand what's happening here. Okay, we're gonna destroy the Bag of Holding. Oh, we can't destroy the Bag of Holding. We can kill Sarkhan, but we can already kill Sarkhan, and I don't care about Kaya. So actually, we're not gonna minus, we're gonna plus. I'm then going to tap this for black and tap one of these. I'm gonna kill these. This is a bait. We're gonna kill both these. Submit. Because this will hopefully force him to play out one of these again. Like once he has a mana, he'll play one of these instantly. I can then Mastermind's acquisition to get another Elderspell if I want, or a Vraska's Contempt. Also, at any point, I can turn this into a Command the Dreadhorde and steal the Planeswalkers that I just killed. The only issue with that is that it takes life, but like I'm not going to steal the Karn, I already have a Karn, so I can steal Sarkhan for 5. And my life really doesn't... It's not that important of a resource in this kind of matchup, so... I feel fairly good about this. Treasure Maps in Exile, yeah. What's he have under here? Bellhaunt, Soot, and then that red card, Lava Coil, yeah. Is he still missing that 6th land? That feels pretty bad. He can despark my Ugin. Because he can despark my Ugin, I probably should have given the extra counters to the Karn. I did not consider that. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Okay. Dread Presence. So let's start with Karn. Soot or Swamp? I'd assume he gives me, yeah, the Soot. Okay. Then we're gonna draw a card with the Treasure Cove. Another swamp. Cool. I'm going to stick this. We should do it this way. I'm going to stick this. There's no counter magic in double red, so he could have a second lava coil or something weird. Play out this swamp. We're gonna deal 2, heal 2. I can then Mastermind and choose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's only 8 lands, so that's 16 damage. Maybe we don't want Scapeshift because it doesn't have lethal. We could go Command the Dreadhorde. We could just hold it. This is really hard. Do I still have Immortal Sun? Okay, you conceded. I think I have Immortal Sun in the sideboard as well. So I could have gotten the Immortal Sun and set that up to then disable his Planeswalkers that were going to come down. That would have been... I think that would have been the play. Oh no. Okay, good. Whew. We almost got kicked out again from the server. That would have sucked. So that went pretty well. I think the play there definitely would have been Masterminds for the sideboard and then get something from there. The problem is, like, Star of Extinction, Scapeshift wasn't enough for lethal. Kaya's Wrath didn't do anything. Cleansing Nova. We could have done Cleansing Nova for enchantment removal, but that seems pretty weak. This is a perfect hand, basically. I think the play would have been get the Immortal Sun, then set up the Immortal Sun because he was missing his land draws, and then just kind of, you know, screw him out of the game, basically. Because once he got that 6th land, he wouldn't actually be able to use it effectively for those Planeswalkers. Blood Crypt. Okay, so that's looking like Rakdos. So this is like the most common like play pattern you want in the early game. 2 into Treasure Map, then 3rd Chromatic Lantern into Scry. He's gonna get rid of our Chromatic Lantern though, which kind of fucks us. Luckily we do still have the Treasure Map, so since that happened, we're gonna Scry at the beginning. Normally you want to wait. I kind of want to land, but I kind of don't. No, we need to find something actually useful. Perfect. That is exactly what we needed. So I'm going to put the stop here, and then we can decide whether to scry or not. Okay. So we're not going to be scrying this turn. We're going to be playing the Dread Presence for sure. Because we need to kill this Narset, otherwise our Dread Presence can't draw for us, which is fairly important for us. Put this stop in case we decide we want to scry. Bolas costs 5 at least, so you can't play that out yet. Bolas is going to be hard to deal with, I think. Other Bolas. Alright, so goodbye Cry. Yeah, I think... Unfortunately, I think we have to scry. Karn we cannot play, so we're going to bin Karn. Draw, come on, give me a land. Fuck. That really blows. Okay. So next turn we're going to scry again, break our map. Yep, so now Bolas comes down. I assume the correct play is just to kill off the Dread Presence, but he might do something dumb. Wow, he did this. Okay, so we get to get rid of Ritual for free. People are always so greedy with Bolas, dude. I think that a majority of the time when he comes down, you should be killing something for sure. Oh, Lantern. Yeah. Hit me with that Lantern, bro. Alright, main. We want to set up Lantern. And then next turn we can Golos. Okay. Pass. So next turn we Golos for 5. And then get one proc of the Dread Presence. We get to get rid of another Ritual of Soot. This is a tough game, but I think we got it. Our best draw is actually a Swamp. Fuck! Alright. That's gonna be essentially game. We need... Against Planeswalker piles, you need an early Elderspell. You only run one in main deck, though. Or you need them to also not have discards along with the Planeswalker pile. Dawn from Dreams is a really common card. I think this is really cool. Alright, at this point, a Swamp is great, I guess. We'll sack a treasure and draw another card as well. Fuck. Alright, we're gonna Shame Concede after that. I could have killed the Narset with that Swamp and then drawn, and kept us in that game, but I think that after that misplay, our already, like, I'd say we had a 30% chance to bring that back, and then by misplaying and not getting that draw in, it went down to like a 15% chance. So, yeah, not too sad about having to give up on that match. They just got ahead of us, like, pretty hard. That Thought Erasure on the Golos was so good. Alright, I'll keep this. 3 lands into Lantern into Masterminds or Vraska's. Doesn't matter what we play because our land does not matter. Another land is totally fine to pick up. Okay, so we're most likely against a Feather deck. I can play this out, and then next turn either cast down this or Feather. Is Feather legendary? I think Feather's legendary, actually. No Plains, War Boss. That's going to be dying. So we're looking for like a Ritual of Soot. Play Swamp. What do I want to do here? I could just Masterminds for an AoE, like a Kaya's Wrath. Or a Ritual of Soot. I think I like just getting a Kaya's Wrath off this. Kaya's Wrath. Because now next turn, you know, he can play more minions if he wants. We're just going to kill them off with Kaya's Wrath. Yes, come on, one more. Throw down a third one. Oh, well, that's not quite. So now he's going to be able to place somewhat Sprint again and scry 1 and get plus more attack, but that's fine. Mentor doesn't particularly matter because everything's going to die. This was definitely the correct play to pick up an AoE. I was considering not picking up an AoE, and I was like, yeah, we'll be fine, you know, it's only a Legion War Boss and a Dreadhorde. But this got really scary really fast. So, Kaya's. Now, there is something to be said for holding this back for Dread Presence. With that being said, I'm not going to do it, though. Because I want to have mana available to cast down at instant speed. So I have Chromatic Lantern Swamp for cast down. Yeah. I think that's more important than, you know, deal 2, heal 2. This guy just, might have rage DC'd after that. The Mastermind's acquisition into sideboarded Kaya's Wrath on turn 3. War Boss number 2. We get to instant speed it before combat so that he doesn't get a 1/1. Yep, so that felt pretty good. I'm looking at just Dread Presencing here. And then call that a turn. We could always Masterminds for something small if we need to. Oh, Firebrand hurts. Tibalt. Fuck. If we Vraska's this, I think we still heal because it dies and then we gain 2 life. Okay. So, first things first, we're gonna Vraska's. First things first, we're gonna Cabal because that nets us an extra mana. We're gonna get rid of Tibalt. And then it dies, so we should still gain 2 life. Yep. Then we play this out. We're going to kill this one. need the... I think I want the blocker over the 3 damage. Cool. Kind of surprised to see a Concede come out there. He's playing Mono Red. I assume he's still playing Frenzy. So, as Mono Red, especially when I was at 10 health, there's a lot you can potentially draw into. 2 mana, 1/1 double strike. Ew. That seems fucking gross. Alright. Let's get in here. Iroxby. Alright. Treasure map into Chromatic Lantern with a Disfigure. This is actually like almost the perfect hand. Go Swamp, Cabal, Treasure map, Chromatic Lantern, Scry. We have a Disfigure in there. Cool. So we're gonna play a Swamp to keep Disfigure open in case he plays a creature that we want to kill. This has basically been kill Llanowar Elf in my experience. Thought Erasure. So I presume that gets the Chromatic Lantern, but he might just go for the Masterminds. Nice. I think it's better for us that we keep the Chromatic, to be honest. Oh. So he's playing Thought Erasure, which most likely means he's Esper, which means he's going to have Planeswalkers. He just Thought Erasure, so he sees our entire hand, but he didn't see the Elderspell. So he's probably not going to be expecting us to have this. Play the Swamp that he's seen. Chromatic Lantern. Could have gotten Dovin's vetoed, but it didn't. Treasure map. Scry. We don't want to swamp. And then next turn we have nothing going on, so we're going to Scry at the beginning. Oath of Kaya. That seems fairly weak. Don't want to swamp. Okay. Vraska's is perfect. I love picking that up. Nothing for us to do, so we're just going to pass. Stop for treasure map on the upkeep. Okay, so we get to proc this guy. We don't want another swamp. Oh, Golos, how I love seeing you. Okay, so we tap you. We tap you. We see if this gets countered. Did not get countered. Yep, so we want a swamp. And then we're just going to pass. And then next turn, if this isn't dealt with, we get to go off of his ability. If this ability goes off next turn, that puts us so far ahead. Kaya's Wrath, okay. Yeah, he had to have something to deal with this. Alright, so we start with drawing a card. There's no Narset, so we get 2. Oh my god, that's so good. Okay. Swamp. Get mana. Golos. And now this time we're actually going to choose a Cabal Stronghold. Once you hit the 6 mana, it costs 3 and itself to tap. So once you're at 6, you get to go 3, tap, and then 3, tap, and get a ton of mana. We also get to instantly play Golos' ability. It does use both our treasures, but that's fine. Cast down Chromatic Lantern map, cool. So we don't get to use the cast down, but getting a second lantern and another Scry guy going is pretty fun. We don't want Ritual of Soot. Perfect. This went really well. This is what you want from the deck. And this is why I think if you realize you're playing against Chromatic Black, you need to get rid of the Lantern. The Lantern just sets up so much good stuff. Draw a card. Interesting. We're probably just going to end up Vraska-ing that. So 1 for the Scry. I don't actually want this, but I'll take it. Okay, so main. Play the Swamp. Cabal Stronghold for 7. Then tap for 1 of each. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Play Golos. Lantern. Dread Presence. Vraska's on the Teferi. And now, I was actually anticipating in playing this correctly. I was not supposed to play out that swamp before using the ability, because now the one that I exiled gets removed. So I could have saved myself an extra land there, but all in all, it's not a big deal. Oath of Kai is probably going to kill the Dread Presence, I would presume. Really? Okay, so he has another... Does he have a third Oath of Gaia? Cry the Carnarium? Moment of Craving, okay. That's fine. We got enough use out of him, I think. Oh, he has to remove my Elderspell, though. That's kind of icky. Yep, saw that coming. So, pass to our turn, where we get to scry and pop another map. We do not want a swamp. We got a Cabal. Perfect. Alright. Sack a treasure. I guess we could have kept the swamp and done the take one, draw one. But it's not the biggest deal. I'm still going to continue to bin them. Not bin them, but to put them under. Because, like, if we get one, fine. I'm not particularly looking for one, though. Teferi. That's probably going to bounce the map. There's no real reason to bounce one of these. Oh, he's bouncing his kayak. Oh, bounce kayak to kill. That's really interesting. That was a good play. That was smart. I didn't see that initially. Okay, so we get Scry. Now we really don't want swamps because we don't even get the benefit. Shit. Alright, well there's a swamp down. Put a stop. Draw a card. Yikers. Alright. Draw another card. Oof. Alright, well we have 4 Cabal Strongholds now, which is going to be pretty fun. Okay, so first we start with a Scry. Nope. Now we have 2 more of those to then bin, or to pop. So we go sacrifice, draw. I was going to say, what could you possibly be roping us on? Treasure Cove number 2. Alright, so now I'm going to tap one of these, play Karn, see if it gets countered. It did not. I could create a fairly strong artifact guy, but I think just drawing into our important stuff is more important. We could get another map. Aww. Unlucky. I will play Cabal. And that'll be our turn. I could go Karn, get the map, and then set up another map. But I think I'd rather force him to find a way to kill my first Karn rather than just sacking it myself. Oh, what a weird game. It's gonna be a slow roll. Search for Skanta. I can't see how many. Okay, yeah, so that instantly flips. Okay, that's fine. It's going on a Teferi Time Raveler, which I don't care about at all. Where's my cat? Isn't there supposed to be a cat over here? Alright, so we're going to start with tapping for 8. Please tap. There we go. Ugin. Okay. Then we're going to kill the Ascanta. We're then going to play a free Karn, or an almost free Karn. I'm actually going to pick up this treasure map. As funny, as memey as it kind of seems. Because I don't trust our draws very much. So now I'm going to Cove and get rid of this last treasure. Another swamp, we're going to scry once. We're looking for Dread Presence and Mastermind's Acquisition. Okay. Because this is a game where, oh well actually, I don't have my deck tracker up, so I don't know how many lands are left. There's 22 in the main, and we've played 9. So we'd be able to get enough for Dread Presence and Scapeshift to kill. Rip Ugin. Did I? Oh, he bounced again. I was like, there's no, that's his 4th one. Ooh, Vraska's annoying. Cry the Carnarium. Oh, I forgot to scry first. That really blows. It would have been a cry anyway, though. Alright, play a swamp. Do nothing. So this is looking like it's going to be a game that we end with Finale of Glory, which is a card in our sideboard. Now I see why you would want to draw a card, but I do think it was probably better for you to bounce my treasure map. Pretty sure that bouncing the treasure map would have been better. Because you've shown to not really have spells that you're looking to cast, like counters, so... Alright, draw. Swamp. But now we get to draw 3. We get to draw 3 after he ropes every decision about us drawing. Golos is really strong. We're looking for Mastermind's Acquisition and Dread Presence. Ritual of Soot does not do it. Dread Presence, absolutely perfect. So we Cabal for 10. We play the Dread Presence first. Then we Golos. And we see if it gets countered. It looks like it's getting countered. It did not. Oh my god. Okay. Vraska's Contempt, Kaya's Wrath. So we're going to tap. We're going to use his ability on the stack before it gets Kaya's Wrath. Oh my god, this fucking blows. At least we get to first pick a land. So Scapeshift is no longer an option. We get to Vraska's the Teferi for free, which is at the very least is something. And now I get to play the Exiled Swamp and pass. Alright, so we had an opportunity there. It did not go as well as it could have, but I'm not too upset by it. Oh, yikes, Ugin hurts, though. Ugin's a pretty good card draw engine, especially because I just used my Vraskas. My deck's only 16, though, and we got all 4. We have 3 Masterminds left, so we could go Masterminds into Star of Extinction, or Masterminds into Finale of Glory. Yeah, Finale of Glory is probably the right answer. We could also pick up Immortal Sun, and then do the Finale of Glory later. But he's shown that he doesn't have counterspells, so if we're able to pick up the Finale of Glory, I'm not too worried about it getting countered. Or we can pick up a swamp. Alright. I actually don't want to disfigure this, because I don't want him to have the card. Which is really weird to think about. Now, for a deck that has so many lands, this is actually the first game I've played where I've had an issue with, you know, getting a lot of lands. Our set's so strong. Alright. Yep, so we're looking for Masterminds. There's 3 in the deck, 3 out of 15. He bounced the Kaya again. on, just give me a Mastermind. What the fuck? This is starting to hurt, boys. We're getting beat down by spirit tokens. But I don't want... I'm gonna have to kill them because I'm gonna take too much damage. Oh yeah, dude, nice Thought Erasure. I assume that gets rid of cast down. Really? Cry the Carnarium? I don't think that was right. So, that's another Vraska's Contempt. Oh my god. Okay. First things first. This. Get 14. Then we go Dread Presence. Then we play a Swamp. We get to deal 2 and kill the Narset or kill the Teferi. Ooh, which is more important? I think killing the Narset. No, I think killing the Teferi, actually. Yeah, fuck Teferi. Narset's annoying, but it can no longer get any benefit because it doesn't have a way to plus itself. Then we're gonna Ritual of Soot to get rid of all these. I'm surprised I haven't seen the Vraskas or the Oath come down. The Oath can't because it's not instant speed. I guess he's saving the Vraskas because he's just going to Oath it. He gets all those cards, which fucking blows, but that's okay. There's nothing we can do about it. Okay, so now he's hella ahead in cards. But again, as long as we pick up Mastermind's acquisition, then we win the game. He would have to have another Kaya's Wrath to answer it. Oh, I guess that would be the... Wait, what the fuck? He just shock landed himself for that? What could you possibly need all of this mana for to where you shock yourself for that? Yep, so saw that coming. Teferi of Dominaria. Oh my god, this is hard. Okay. 24, so I'm still ahead in draw, which means I die in fatigue. 23. He's getting there with the Ugin, though. Yep. Yep. I'll disfigure this really quick, just because why not? There doesn't really seem to be much else to disfigure aside from the Ugin tokens, so... Mastermind's Inquisition. For fuck's sake. This feels really bad to lose. In almost any case, we should have won this game. But we've drawn 16 of our 22 lands. Plus 4 Cabals. Plus 3 Chromatic Lanterns. He is actually starting to deck himself, though. He might not notice. So he's drawing one naturally, one from Teferi every time he's Teferrying, and then one from Ugin. Disfigure. Oh my god, this is crazy. Okay. I would really like to see him deck himself somehow. Come on, make the Ugin token. Narset again. Sick. I think the play is if I get Masterminds, because he probably has a Kaya's Wrath in here. It's actually to go Command the Dreadhorde, take a shit ton of damage, but get Planeswalkers. That has to be the right play. Okay, pass. Pass. Problem is, there's like no way he doesn't have an Absorb or something, right? It doesn't even matter because I keep drawing these. I need to maintain my life because if I'm going for the Command the Dreadhorde out, I have to have enough life to then pay for Command the Dreadhorde. So I unfortunately have to. I feel like I have to kill that because I don't want to take the 2 damage. I did that at sorcery speed instead of instinct because I thought he had a time raveler still, but he didn't have a fairy time raveler. So now he can get the emblem next turn. Which means we might need to pick up Star of Extinction actually from our Oh no, because if I get Command the Dreadhorde, I can choose a Teferi, then play that Teferi, bounce his Teferi into his deck. Oh my god. Okay, we need Mastermind's Acquisition. It's a 3 out of 10. 30% chance. I think that's our only out. There might be a Golos left. I think I run 3 Golos, and he's only dealt with 2. Oh my fucking god. Alright, maybe he's greedy, and he doesn't choose to ult instantly on the Teferi, even though he has a Teferi to replay. Just misplay it. It's easy. Jesus, his Ugin's at 11. Fuck, okay, he went for it. But... Oh, he gets to choose what permanent I exile? Or do I get to choose? Because if I get to choose, I just get to get rid of swamps all day. I think he gets to choose, though. Yeah. So if he's able to get rid of all of my Chromatic Lanterns this turn, then I just lose the game, because I won't be able to cast anything. Actually, Command the Dreadhorde is still just double black. So I'd be able to go Masterminds into Command. Oh, he's giving me one back, which means he can't kill it. Okay. Thank you. It's actually better for me that you did that. You should have bounced your Kaya. Yeah, there's no reason to bounce this. Oh, except now you can do that. So yeah, now my out is Masterminds into... Command. Oh my god, he's decking himself. He might lose because he's decking himself. That'd be such a good way to go. Another land. Alright, Ritual. I'm gonna hold back my swamp so that he thinks it's something important. So he gets to exile my lands, but I have a million lands. He gets to get rid of the strongholds if he's smart, though. Okay, he's stupid. Good job getting rid of my treasure cove when I have all 4 treasure coves, no more maps. He's at 6, and I'm at 8. He's actually going to deck himself, and I'm going to win. He can Vraskas to gain life, but that doesn't help him with that. Because he gets to do 2, and then 4, and potentially 6, but that's only 12 damage, which is not enough. Oh, and we got a Dread Presence. Yes. So we get to kill this off. Because we can't draw because of Narset. We get to ping this off, which saves us 2 health in the race. Because this is now a race to him fatiguing. Oh my god. Yeah, so that's going to get Vraska's instantly. Okay. We still have 3 Masterminds acquisitions in here, I'm pretty sure. Okay, so he's at 4 cards. He got rid of a basic swamp. I think he doesn't have a way to win, so he's gonna deck out. This is an issue I ran into when I played Esper Control as well, actually. It's pretty hard. Like, if your opponent's not doing anything, it's pretty hard for you to win. Because, like, my game plan is very specific combo, but he can't really disrupt that combo too much. Like, Esper doesn't seem to have a win condition all its own, because like a lot of them were running Command the Dreadhorde, so that you could steal everything that you've like killed from your opponent. But there's nothing that he can steal from me that helps him, because nothing that I play actually kills people. And then he didn't run anything scary, like he just has a Planeswalker pile that doesn't do anything. So yeah, I think we played that really well. I think we're very lucky he didn't have a win condition. But like, I think we played about as well as we possibly could have that match. We found the out where once he started like exiling every turn with that Ugin, we recognized early enough what was happening and tried to stop ourselves from drawing extra. It helped that the game kind of just told us here's a bunch of swamps. We ended that game with like what 20 swamps out of 22. But still. Dread Malkin, okay. So now I get to Treasure Map and then Chromatic, and then everything's coming up Millhouse. We won that game somehow. We got a pretty good start coming in here. This thing will probably be able to ping off with Dread. And then hopefully we can just continually ping off the Invasion army too with Dread, actually. Yeah, I'll take a Mastermind's Acquisition. That's kind of questionable. I'm not sure whether I should have kept that on top or not. Oh, I have Chromatic Carnarium. Oh. Okay, we have a much better play. So we're just going to cry and get an extra scry in. Then we can kill the Soul Diviner thing later. We do still want this, I think. Slight misplay, could have gotten an extra scry in if I had waited a minute, but it's not that big a deal. And now next turn we get to... we should play this, yeah. Next turn we get to proc this. Island. Reassembling skeleton. Okay. Just okay. I'm surprised to see that play come out, but it's kind of funny. All right, I will take a swamp. Draw. Main presence. And then play this. And I can kill a skeleton, but I actually just want to draw a card. Ooh, now I get to play Lantern. Oh, do I want to play Lantern? Yeah, I should probably just still play Lantern. It's probably worth... because we have Masterminds. So just having extra mana out for the Masterminds is pretty good. We will pick up Golos with Masterminds, I think. Blast Zone. Oh my god, Blast Zone can blow up my Chromatic Lanterns if I don't remove that, actually. Maybe I need to pick up Star of Extinction just to destroy land. Spark Harvest, okay. Destroy each non-land permanent, yeah. Yeah. I think we're gonna choose Star of Extinction. Okay. this. Masterminds. Choose a card. Let's see if anything's, like, seems really good, but I think it's just gonna be... I mean, Immortal Sun is okay. Does Dreadhorde do anything for us? Dreadhorde will get us, like, those and, like, a Dread Presence, so no. Star of Extinction kills everything. Yeah. I think this is our play. And then I could Vraska something, but like next turn we're just gonna Star of Extinction anyway. So let's see. We tap this. This gives us 4, 5, 6, 7, and that's all we need. So I can afford to sack this for a card. Nice. Okay. So now, as long as he doesn't have a way, as long as he, because this taps to add, right? Yeah, XX and tap. So he won't be able to blast Zone my Chromatics this turn. Another invasion. That's kind of spooky. S1 zombies you have Death Touch. Okay. This is all fine. This all dies to Star of Extinction without putting too much damage on us, so. Yep. Saw that coming. Yep. No reason to waste removal tools. Another Vraskas. So we go black, black, Star of Extinction, destroy this, kill the board. Now he's going to make a 2/2, which we can then instantly disfigure if we want. We want to resolve both, and then wait. Sacrifice another creature, planeswalker put 2. Yeah, so we're going to kill this before he can sacrifice to give the Dreadmalkin anything. What a funny sound. Alright, so now we're just on the draw some good stuff plan. Yep. Yep. Wishing I was fishing. Yep. Let's go. Dread Presence. And then we can Vraskas, but we can just hold it, so we're just going to pass. And if we decide we want to Vraska something, we can do that. And then now this makes a lot of our draws better, because if anything, we draw a swamp and we can draw an extra card or ping something. So as long as it can't deal with the Dread Presence, we are in a very commanding position. Spark Harvest, it's looking like. Yeah. Saw that coming a mile away. I'm just gonna... Oh no, I should wait for him to spend the mana before I eat the Dreadmalkin. Because I assume he's gonna sack the 2/2 into the Dreadmalkin. Really? Okay. Interesting. I think I just want to exile the Dreadmalkin though. Hard choice there, honestly, but I think that that's correct. Oh, we can disfigure this. So it doesn't get any bigger. And every turn he's taken too, so he's actually killing himself as long as we can just control the board. Which is pretty cute. This is fine, hit me for 1, don't care. Okay. Fucking swamp. So now this is going to become a 4/4, which is fine. Because a 4/4 still does not have lifelink. So as long as his zombie army doesn't have lifelink, we don't have to Vraskas it. Amass 2, okay. So now we're going to pass. This now has lifelink, so we're going to have to Vraskas it, because we can't afford him to. We can't afford him to have that healing. We're gonna just hold it as if it's a spell. So we only have to deal with the army one more time before the Dreadhorde will just kill himself. Problem is now there's a Kefnet in the way as well. Oh, Ugin, yes. Yes, buddy. Let's go. So I can either destroy something or make a blocker. I think, let's see, that hits for 4, 8, 12, 13, 14, 15. So, fuck. Fuck, this hurts. Okay. I think we need the 2/2. And then I'm going to hold this again. This is the turn where if I chose wrong, then we lose the game. But this should require him to go 4, 5 into there, and then try to hit me for 4. I can block. Then he takes 2, and I just need to draw something that deals with the army. Maybe I should have just killed the army. But if I just kill the army... Oh, shit. This has lifelink now, so now we lose. Because this can attack, yeah? 8, 12. Oh, wow, that's actually just lethal. Wait, oh, he missed. Okay, so this hurts really bad because he gets the 8 lifelink. But he did miss lethal, and we didn't get to punish him for it. Oh, man. See, okay, the issue was, if I had Ugin'd -3'd the zombie to play around a mass, then his Kefnet and his skeleton, if he just hit me every turn, would have been enough to win. But he also didn't recognize that he had lethal, so maybe he would have killed the Ugin anyway, and I would have won anyway. But I don't think that we could have counted on our opponent making such a pretty obvious misplay. So I think we played that as best we could. He also had to top deck Enter the God Eternal, so like, I'm not too upset about that. This is an amazing hand. Zellar, I'm sorry, bud. You're probably losing this match, unless you have Thought Erasers. Thought Erasers will get me. Godless Shrine. It plays white-black. It could be Esper if he pulls down some blue. Still white-black. Anything that runs Fountain of Renewal, I instantly think is playing, like, Karn. Is it just gonna be some weird, like, aggro deck? Like Ajani's Pridemate kind of shit? If you're playing Ajani's Pridemate stuff, why are you playing black, though? What does black offer you? Wouldn't it just be better to be mono-white? I guess we will see. He did literally nothing. So we get the Lantern down and the Scry. That means we get to get our Golos down next turn. No. Because we have a swamp, then we're going to get another swamp or something from Golos, so I think we just need to find actual cards. Bloodthirsty Aerialist. Whenever you gain life, put a +1/+1 counter on Bloodthirsty Aerialist. That seems pretty strong. So, oh, I want to do this. We play this out. Swamp, deal 2, heal 2 to this. Then, Scry. We're looking for a land. That is not a land. As good as that is, we are actually looking for a land. This is fine. I presume this is hitting me, yep. Okay. Find me a land. Give me a swamp. Oh, Masterminds is so good. I don't think I can pass up Masterminds. No. Yeah, no, we can't pass up Masterminds. Unfortunately, cannot pass up how good Masterminds is. These cost 3, so I guess we're just going to sit this turn. You know, I was very tunnel visioned on the fact that if we got a land, we could go land and then Golos and then land and kill one of them. But like, we had Ritual of Soot the entire time, so Whatever I put on the bottom of my deck last time, I probably should have kept. Yeah, that other Dread Presence. I definitely should have just held on to that. Okay. Not particularly scary. Let's start with Golos. We will get a take action. Put the card on the battlefield tapped. So we'll just go Swamp, even though Cabal Stronghold is better going into the rest of the game, but this gets me to kill this Angel instantly, so I'm pretty okay with that. Because that Angel can get kind of out of control. He's pretty good. 3 mana, potentially 5/5, 4/4. Like, we have so much removal that it's all good. I want to just control the board with what we got. This deck can just get so ahead of people because, like, our mana base is incredible compared to most people. So we get to pay this. Like, if an enemy misses a land drop against us and we continually curve out, it's almost impossible for them to come back, I think. Because, like, we're at 6, 7 lands that are all multicolor, and then we also have these treasures. I'll deal 2, heal 2. Construct because we have the 3 tokens still, because we haven't tapped any of them, or haven't sacked any of them with Cove. Plus we get another treasure map. No, we already have Golos. I don't need another one. Potentially could have kept it on the top just in case our Golos died. Oh, I passed. No, did I? Okay. I clicked auto pass and then turned it off to get combat. I thought I missed damage. But we didn't. We fixed it. Found a renewal again. Alright. Yep, so that's gonna be a win for us. Oh shit. We should have kept the Golos. No. That's okay. It's actually really obnoxious, but it's okay. So let's start. What did Karn... Oh, I made a construct. I could just make another construct. Swamp. Mastermind's Acquisition. What'll win us the game? I think Finale of Glory is pretty good. We could go Citadel. Citadel's pretty alright. Planewide. Oh, we go Planetwide. Because that lets us return target permanent card. And I just realized, oh yeah, Golos is a permanent, so yeah. We're just going to play this. We're going to return target card, and then create some citizens. We want Golos. We're going to pay it however it lets us. Cool. So I did. I'm glad we get to see this weird line, but this is definitely a misplay. I for some reason thought that I'd be able to get my Mastermind's Inquisition back with Planetwide, but it said a permanent card, and Mastermind's is a spell, so it's not a permanent. So unfortunate little problem there. Gideon's Company, okay. So we get to proc the treasure map. I don't want Elderspell. This guy gets to get bigger now, though. Then we draw. Lantern, okay. We're going to start with Golos. This is the time where we pick up a Cabal. We're then going to Vraska's. No. We're going to... Oh, I can go like this. Chromatic. I may as well +1 and get a card. I should have done this first. The thing is with it, like, we're so far ahead of this guy that doing these slight misplays actually does not matter in the slightest. Swamp, cast down. Then we do 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We actually have lethal. So, that worked out very well for us. Damn, I wish I would have been keeping like a counter. We've gone from gold 4 to gold 2 without. I think we had like 1 loss in there. Ooh, Vraska Swarm of Menace. That's pretty good. Uncommon Elemental Cat. Did I turn off my cat on accident, by the way? Or do you mess with your cat? Change avatar. Could have sworn there was something about a cat somewhere. That's okay. I think I got time for about 1 or 2 more matches, and then we'll probably call it a stream. Me versus random ass letters. Oh my god. Alright, this is really memey, but I'm gonna keep it. Oh my god, enemy drew. This is so dumb. I love it. Alright. Not Thought Erasure. Fuck. It's always Thought Erasure. I'm starting to think I want a main deck a ley line of Sanctivity or whatever it's called. The one that makes you hexproof, because then I can't get Thought Erasered. Wait, he got rid of Karn? This was so wrong. Dude, there's a lantern right here. Oh my god, if you don't have a second Thought Erasure, I'm so pissed for you. Why does no one ever get rid of the lantern? The lantern's the most important card. Look at what I get to do now, bro. Do you have a counterspell? Dovin's veto me. I dare you. Oh my fuck. Dude, you fucked up. I want that swamp. Dog, you really fucked up. How are you gonna let me keep this? How are you gonna let me do this to you? So I could have done Dread Presence stuff, but instead I'm gonna do this and just start getting all these all these maps going. I'm gonna hold this one back in case of Cleansing Nova. I could see that as being a reason why he didn't get rid of any of the artifacts. Okay. I will take a swamp, yes. So I don't need this at there anymore. I don't need this here anymore. Cleansing Nova? It's gotta be. Oldest? There's not even anything. There's a Karn in the grave. Oh, he did it so you can get the Karn, I guess? Alright, brother. You did some weird shit here, not gonna lie. We're gonna get this Ugin out while we can. And then I'm going to destroy your eldest. And I'm going to play a free treasure map. No. I should hold the treasure map. Again, play around Cleansing Nova at least until I proc some of them. Oh, we had to use a Contempt on a 1 healther. That feels good. 1 loyalty. I don't need a 4th map. Thank you for trying, though. You know what? I actually will take a swamp, because then I get to draw with Dread Presence. Main. Play this out. Swamp. Draw 1. Is this worth it? It's probably worth it. Alright, next. Liliana, okay. So he can make me sack my Dread Presence if he wants. He didn't. Perfect. That was really stupid, so I'm really happy about it. Okay, my turn. Wrong map. Don't need Lantern. Don't really need Cabal Stronghold. Drew a Swamp. Okay. Vraska's the Liliana. Swamp for a card. No attacks, because I want to keep this. My life is more important than his, because I win in the late game, I think. We want to put a stop right here. Ooh, there's only 3 in there, though. So that's going to take a while to flip, luckily. Okay. Treasure map. Dread Presence again. Okay, yeah. So then we take the presents. After we sack these to draw some cards. Perfect, that's exactly what we wanted. Draw another card. Yikes, this is really good for us, okay. Cabal into Dread Presence. Swamp. Deal 2. Deal 1 and draw a card. Resolve. Okay. Okay. Karn, put a stop here for my map next turn. You must have another Vraska's. Because I definitely would have been counterspelling this Dread. Yeah. Either he's just roping for no reason, or he has a Vraska's Contempt, and the game is like waiting for him to decide whether to use it or not. Okay, so it was veto. He chose to veto Karn over a second Dread Presence, which is very odd to me. Because double Dread Presence is hella fucking scary, dude. I'm not sure if you know. But if I draw Mastermind's Inquisition, the game just ends now. Teferi, okay. What's he gonna bounce? He's not gonna bounce at all, alright. So he has counter magic up if he wants to. I already have a swamp for this turn. Okay, main. First things first, I need to sack some treasures for some cards. Okay. Another swamp. Scapeshift, draw a card. Vraska is perfect. Swamp. Draw a card. So it doesn't matter. Cool. That went pretty well, I'd say. What's his graveyard at? 6? So he can make a Scant to flip next turn if he graves this. I would really like to find a way to remove Visconta. I think the only way is Ugin. I think that's the only way I have to remove enchantments. Oh, it switched already. Alright. Well, now there's no way to deal with that unless I want to waste a Mastermind on a Star of Extinction. Draw 3 if you cast the spell during your main phase. Scry 3. Okay. That little clock sound it makes is pretty fucking cool. Okay, so he chose 2 of his draws and got 1 random. That's fine. 1, 2, 3. He can't discanta. Disinformation campaign was not what I was expecting to come out, but that's fine. I'll get rid of a Ritual of Soot. Don't really need that. Another swamp. Alright, let's start with the treasures, and then we'll see where to go from there. Ritual of Soot's back. Can never get enough of you, Ritual of Soot. Too good. Oh shit, another Dread Presence is really good. So now Scapeshift is lethal. We did not find it. Dread Presence goes down. Cabal Stronghold does this. We play a swamp. I want to draw a card. And I want to draw a card. Oh my fuck. Really? Alright. We hit for 3. And now we have plenty of discard bait. So this is an issue we've seen come up occasionally. With 22 land sources, you will sometimes run into this problem. Which kind of sucks, but it's not the biggest deal. Turn target instant. He only has 1, 2, 3. Okay, so he has a counter. But counters do not help against activated abilities, like the Dread Presence. So this is all fine and dandy. Death. I just realized that I think a better position for a camera might be over here, because this doesn't really cover much. Yeah, so we're gonna try over here for now. But I realized that if I right-click something, my head was covering that for a while. Sack a treasure. Submit. So now I just cover that part, which I'm not sure is better or worse. Alright. So first thing, we want to Cabal Stronghold for 9 mana. Then we want to Golos. It's going to get Dovin's vetoed. I said it's going to get Dovin's vetoed. How the fuck are you gonna let this resolve, dude? Oh my god. This was not worth it at all, brother. You had a veto right there. Oh my god, and I only drew swamps. I could have done it again. Fuck. I fucked up. It's fine. We get to bring a swamp out and do 4 damage. So even through misplaying, we're gonna come out hella ahead because of this. Because now what you do is you play another swamp, and you deal 2, and you deal 2. Then you go free Masterminds and to choose a card. And we're gonna want that Banefire. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which unfortunately is 1 mana short. But that's not true because we get to hit for 6. And now we can Banefire for 6. And it can't be countered. Wait, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, it has to be for 5. But it still can't be countered, which means we win the game. How are you going to let that Golos go, dude? You can't let Golos resolve. That was so bad. Like, it really only would have delayed the inevitable, because off the Golos, we drew the Masterminds as our first card. So, like, next turn we would have had Masterminds anyway and won the game. But still, you can't let that resolve right there. Especially when I know you have the counterspell. It's not even like, oh, maybe he didn't have it. Holy fuck, this hand's great. I feel like I say that every match, but like, look at this. This is like exactly what you want. If Karn was a Dread Presence, it would actually be the perfect hand. Okay, so we'll get the Stronghold out first. Doesn't actually matter, but I just like seeing the cooler art earlier. You know how it'd be. Resolute Watchdog. Okay. Not one I expected to see. From white, green, blue. What the fuck? Well, this is a very weird deck. This seems to be leaning towards anti-aggro, which I am definitely not, so... Cry does not do anything, they have 3 health. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so next turn I'm going to Golos, so I don't want to scry at the beginning of my turn. No, Teferi. Teferi. The furry. You're gonna bounce this, yeah. Alright, well now that that happened, now we're gonna scry. Unless, do I want to get Karn out? It's probably just better to get Karn, actually. Karn. Get a card. Because he only has 1 damage per turn. Oh great, I got a Swamp. Okay, so we play Swamp. We can try to resolve Golos if we want. I think we start with Karn. Swamp or Dread, I'm gonna get a Swamp. But then I have a Dread in there that I can get later. Okay, saw that coming. We're going to try to resolve Golos. Oh, it actually went through. Surprising. Yep, I would like a Swamp. Creatures you control with power or toughness 1 or less can't be blocked. Okay, so now you have a 1/3 that can't attack. All these are defenders, so this doesn't actually help you. Oh my god, Soot. Oh my god, okay, so we play this, the one that he's seen. Then we go Cabal Stronghold for 6. Then we Ritual of Soot. He has no blue up for counter magic. So I don't think anything can stop this. Yep. Then we go Chromatic. What the fuck? Then we Scry. Oh, we want that. Then we're going to not Karn because we want that Ugin on the top, so we're just going to take that Dread Presence back. If Ugin won, if our Scry was bad, I would have then Karn +1'd, but since we want that Ugin, I'm just going to decide to take the Dread Presence. If he's gonna let me, he's just gonna rope us out. God, dude, this happens so fucking often. Like, is it really that hard to just click resolve? Thanks, dog. You got there. Next turn we're gonna not scry at the beginning because we already have Ugin. Does this get to attack? I think this gets to attack this turn. So I get to kill Teferi. God, dude, getting roped just fucking messes with you so much. Like, I've lost all... I didn't even know whether this could attack or not because I'm getting fucking... 1 turn feels like 8. Yeah, there you go. Fuck you, Teferi. Okay. Obnoxious, but fine. That doesn't do anything. Oops. That art's so fucking cool, though. Alright. So, you go Swamp, Cabal Stronghold, Ugin. Thank fuck. Oh, cancel, cancel, cancel. Dread Presence. I should have done this before the Swamp, but I wanted the extra mana just in case it ended up mattering. Ugin to kill the seal away. Get back Golos, get a land. This time we want another Swamp actually, because we have Cabal in hand. We're going to deal 2 and kill Tameo. Or Teo, that's not Tameo. Also we can't hit him because of Teo, so that worked out pretty well. Nice. Scry 1. Masterminds is perfect. And because we're getting Masterminds already, I'm just going to create a construct, because I don't really care about getting the swap from Exile. Sick. I have no idea what this guy's deck was meant to be doing. All I've seen are lands. Creatures you control get +0/+5 and gain reach. Nice. I think that means he's giving up. Yeah. I have no idea what the fuck that deck was supposed to do. All it did was play defenders so he couldn't attack. But then he gave then he had the card that gave all of his like shitty minions can't be blocked, but they all defender anyway, so they can't even attack. Lava Coil. All right. So we've gone from the beginning of Gold 4 to halfway to Gold 2. I think I'm going to call it for now. Take a short break, and then might be back for more streams. As for this going on YouTube, thank you guys for checking this out. If you have anything you want to let me know, feel free to post any comments. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. And before I leave, I will showcase the deck one more time. And just closing thoughts, I think the deck is really good. I think that there might be a way to like fix the mana base a little, just so you don't get flooded as often. That can come in either like removing a couple lands because you have so much mana generation already, or finding more cards that draw you cards, stuff like that. But the deck feels really strong. I would not say by any stretch that I'm like a very good Magic player. I would say I'm, like 60 percentile, like slightly above average, and this deck just fucking crushes. And like you have so many different outs because of sideboard. I do think that maybe getting this Leyline of Sanctity into the main deck might be good, simply because getting Thought Erasured really sucks, and if you get this in your opening hand, then it goes on the battlefield, so you have Hexproof, you can't get targeted with Thought Erasure. The only problem with that is it's a 1 in 60 chance that you actually draw it in your opening hand. Well, more than that, but you only have one copy of it in your deck in the first place, so not super. I think there's definitely some stuff you could do in the sideboard. I've never actually played Finale of Revelation. I've never played the Immortal Sun yet. I've never played Thought Distortion, Bolas Citadel, Cleansing Nova. So if you find cards that you think might be more impactful more often, then you can do that. You could also run this if you don't have all these cards. You could cut the sideboard down to essentially like the Elderspell, Scapeshift, Kaya's Wrath, Command the Dreadhorde, and Star of Extinction Banefire, and maybe Finale of Glory, and then, that saves you a couple crafts. You don't need your sideboard to be completely full. Also, something that might be interesting to consider is getting Karn the Great Creator in here and fitting in more artifacts into your sideboard, but that might conflict too much with your Mastermind's Inquisition, so yeah, definitely things to consider. Deck seems really strong, though. I think there's a lot of innovation that can come with it, and as for a beginner deck, its play pattern is fairly straightforward. you get a lot of choices to try and you have a lot of choices, which gives you a lot of ways to learn from your games. Because after everything you do, you can be like, okay, was this the right choice for the sideboard? Should I have used this Mastermind to get something from my deck? Did I missequence something? There's a lot of sequencing. I think it's a very good deck to learn the game in. And while it has quite a few expensive cards, like, the Golos's, Ugin, Karn, stuff like that, you do save a lot of wild cards because you're using only mono swamps. So as long as you have the Cabal Strongholds, which is 4 rares, then your mana base is set. Most decks you need like 8, 12, 16 rares worth of land. So I think that if I had a friend that was just picking up the game and you know, had the resources to be able to get one deck going, I think that Chromatic Golos is looking pretty strong. Golos is fucking amazing. The only problem with it again is that like sometimes you brick because you exile lands. Um, but I think that there's some more consistency to be done there. Is like maybe you can get away with like 18 lands since you have so much mana generation. Um, but I'm not going to be the one experimenting with that right now. I hope you guys do. If you try anything out and it goes well, let me know in the YouTube comments section, Twitch DMs, any of that shit. There's also the Discord link. The Discord link will be down in the description below. It's right now for still in the Hearthstone coaching, you know, kind of realm. That's what it was made for. But I'm going to start to transition that into just a typical like YouTuber streamer Discord, because at this point I'm just kind of doing whatever the fuck I want, and I don't stream or make videos often enough to where it really matters. So yeah, thank you guys for checking out the video and the stream. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that shit, and I will see you next time.